Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness. It feels like we've been away from each other for a bit. And I have missed you guys. Yes, the consistency train maybe had to stop a little bit. But the refreshment of that feels good. And you joined me on Sunday morning. Yes, you joined me for the car boots. But today, I'm not going to the normal car boots that I go around the corner. I'm going to Measham car boot, and I might go to this one called Saddington car boot. So they're a bit of a trip out. I have also, in theme of the day, let's see if I can show you what I've got on. Hang on. Only way to do this is to show you like this, just in all spirits of things England. I have got the hand painted Gaza t-shirt on to represent for the video today. New fridge was free then. Yeah, so that's what's going on, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope you're ready for the daily vlogs to continue. Have I got a goal for them? Make sure that they keep adding value. Make sure that they're interesting. Make sure that each day the videos have something new in them. But guys, you know the vibes. Each day is a different day at work anyway. So I think today what we're going to do is we're going to go to the car boots. And then I think you're just going to come with me to work. We're going to do some wash loads and I'm going to walk you through a bit of that. And if that changes and I just get a coffee and sit down at like a sloth, then that might be what happens. But hopefully we're on a hustle grind, because that's what we do. So right, let's get in that field. Yeah, so actually, I was told, I think somebody told me yesterday that apparently there's a thunderstorm today. Now, the skies look blue, doesn't look like, well, there is some grey clouds in there, but nothing too major. Yo, this post office has loads of them old school boards, remember them? But no, I'm just coming to get some cash out for it now. I'm thinking literally, I think I'm gonna get 40 out for it. Like, it's only an experiment. It's almost the same way when you look at the charity shops and you have to think of your pin. And I just gambling whether this is the right one. What I was gonna say, no. This one? This would be a great start, wouldn't it? I can't get any money out because I forgot my pin. Let's just hear that magic sound. Okay, cool. 666. What I was gonna say is basically apparently there's meant to be thunderstorms, but also when I'm doing the car boots and stuff like this, the same thing with like how a charity shop needs to price itself for resellers and normal people. I'm also needing to sort of find a balance of taking enough money for a content experience versus taking it with the intention to be like, yeah, actually I'm gonna make some money here. Like, one video that I did, I said to a friend recently, I was like, the best hook I could have would be, can I spend £1,000 on clothes at the car boot? The answer would be yes, but the answer would also need me to probably hire a van. I don't think I could get £1,000 worth of clothes in the van from a car boot. I probably could. Again though, it's one of them things where it's like, it's a big bloody investment. Like £1,000 would be absolutely like wild, but it would be what it would be. Okay guys, so we are here. The time is, I think it's like 10 to 8. The weather is absolutely beautiful. We're going to try and take this at a nice, slow and steady pace. I think the field looks relatively sized. But yeah, we're going to tackle this one. We're going to do what we do. And then that'll be that. We'll just kind of like get away through it. So I'm going to try and like not get too chaotic with it, because this is what happened with like the mist of like all the content you're filming. So I'm probably going to get like a long POV shot on the other way round in this one. And then that might be the YouTube summary, but yeah, we'll see. Guys, so we are live and direct in this car boot. Now I'm going to be honest with you on this one, it's not performed great. I sound like someone who's running Facebook ads and has had a bad life with return on investment. It's not been fantastic, but I have secured like basically this one stand that was 50p a piece. There's some item of clothing on there. A football shirt, but I think it's some mid-range one. I'm just going to keep going through and probably go around some of the same ones. So it's coming home. That's what it should have been as my thumbnail actually. Right, yeah, anyway, as I was saying on this sort of video, the ice cream man's going already. Yeah, it's going to the M1. But I think with a few more stands back here, it's a little bit quieter today on the old. God, look at them though. Them man. But yeah. Oh, that Cool Gladiator one, I like that one. I've got one of them back at home, yeah. You what? Oh yeah, it's really nice. I've not got it in a frame as nice as that, but I have got one like that. It looks great. Oh my god. It's what are they called?
Dalek.
It's Dalek, that's what it is, isn't it? Well, I was going to say exterminate, but I think that's what they say, isn't it? Yeah, so this is funny. Look at this little one right at the end. These have been lumbered in the right corner. Morning, you okay? Yeah, not too bad. You got in the right corner here, haven't you?
I like the space, you know what I mean?
You like chose the space, do you?
No, didn't choose it. I just come in and I like being there because we've been in the middle.
Yeah.
As soon as we've got 4 or 5 tables, that's a bit tight.
And you're in competition with like everybody right next to you, aren't you? Yeah, fair enough. Guys, we'll have a little look. See what we've got. I think that I might come back in a moment when they've got a few more bits out, just to make sure that it's a bit easier for them. They can whack them all down it. I'll come back when come back in a minute after the tarpaulins down. Yeah, so the fields normally, I think, a lot more like people down this way. Now look, there's just a random stand just there as well. But what we'll do is I'll take you back into one of the rows, and we'll just have a little look. I'm probably going to see the same people I've seen because it's quite a small one today. But less we say on that, the better. We're just going to keep going through and just keep having a little look. So I did just go literally right down that one. I'm going to go the complete opposite way and see if I find something I didn't see. Butcher is a nice touch at a car boot. I think one of the things you have to look at is like, one of the things I look at with the car boots is who's a real person selling. The guy selling his plants, he's a real person. The woman selling her fruit and veg, she's a real person. The bloke here selling it out of a car, he's a real person. This old woman, she's a real person. Like, it's not to say that people aren't real people, but what you'll find is that like certain people like that have a van and sell different things like that probably buy it from an auction house. And what they do is they'll go to an auction house, they'll buy it all, and then they'll break it down. Like this person, this is like a B&M, the range sort of vibe. There's nothing wrong with that. Like from a sustainable perspective, there's something wrong with it because obviously it's all like, it's all just like cheap plastic shit. But you know, I'm not going to knock the fact that people buy that stuff from here, and it's a useful business for some people. But yeah, it's been pretty quiet on the old ground today. But here, I've been laughing more so at the fact that there's like one of them like Ferris wheels in the corner. I don't know if you can see it from here. Maybe we'll get around on the other side, but it was quite funny to be honest. Yeah, I mean, this guy had some mad ones. Check this out. I want to show you this one. This one was good for anybody who's seen it. So he just played it to me a minute ago, and this one actually played a sound. Now, I think he says the Joker's the only one that doesn't talk, but they're all like pretty mad in boxes and stuff. Obviously, as you know, the price is pretty high on those sort of ones. Pretty cool, aren't they? It did make them talk a minute ago, mate. Yeah. Oh, never mind. He wasn't into a conversation, that's fine. Some people do not want to have a conversation. And also, they probably don't think I'm talking to them. I'm talking to a phone. But, that's another thing, hang on. I'll turn it around really quickly just to talk on this perspective. Like, the thing is because I'm walking along with a phone like this, aren't I? Like, and just talking, like most people are with somebody or they're like, you know, they're doing whatever. I'm just walking along, talking like this. People probably think I'm not talking to them. But, shit, actually, I didn't go down this one. Come down here with me. I'll turn the camera around because I think, do I have to go around? Nah. Go right through there, who gives a shit. Did I go down this one? I don't know, we'll have a look. So, I was going to say, got a champion vest that looks alright. What have you got on the tops on the floor, mate?
Just like £2.
£2, okay. No worries. I was going to say that one, but a few little marks on that one. Barber tee with that flipping yellow stain for £2's a bit of an ask if you ask me. About as much as this music that comes to the end of it. But yeah, man. Yeah, when I hear that, I run the opposite way. So anyway, so this was Measham. I don't know what number I'd give it on a rating. I think that we're about prepared for it to start pissing it down, if I'm being totally honest with you. Like, the weather looks like it's about to have a go. So we're gonna get ready. Also, I told you, when you see people with them, they're obvious resellers. So if you want to get the cheapest price, don't actually go to a car boot at one of them. Just do trips back to the car. Man, small. Random bits and bobs. I mean, the whole car boot is full of random bits and bobs, aren't they? Oh, what's going on here? What's the crap? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think that this has got me at about the end of it. I'm a bit nervous now because I think the weather's not really going to hold out for this. The weather's not really going to let us have a good show. And whoa, that's a massive Paddington bear. I don't want that Paddington bear. Oh wait, that's Gromit, isn't it? Look at Gromit though. Shout out to Gromit. I mean, it's most definitely. I don't know. I like Gromit because I like Wallace and Gromit, but I'm not going to be a grown man having a fucking fluffy Gromit in my house, am I? And also, the word Gromit is mad. I think it means something like nuts. Anyway, I'm going to take a little walk back. To be honest, you can just see where my eyes are obviously going. I'm looking at the cakes now. But yeah, we're off. So the thing is with car boots, what you need to get into your head about, or what you need to realise is, they really can. They can either be worth it or they can be absolutely not worth it. And what I find is the most successful thing is if I go to a stand and I go to somebody who I know is going to have like a few bits, I will almost just try and like wedge through in my mind and persevere with like making it make sense. So this one guy, I took 10 items off him and paid a £5, and the total I've actually just spent is £6. So this whole bag was £6, right? So thinking about that in mind, if I hadn't spent that £5 with him, I'd have spent £1. Now if I'd have spent £1, I wouldn't have just spent £1. I'd have spent 20 quid that I put in for the fuel to get here and back. So realistically, if I just go to this car boot and I don't find another one off that £20, these items haven't cost me £6. They've cost me 26 quid. So, and luckily I've got 11 items. So £26 divided by the 11 is still about £2.50 each, isn't it? So that would be quite a high price, but that would still put me in profit if I was to just buy this. But luckily for us, luckily for you guys, we're going to go in search of another car boot, because I don't think that one is enough, and I don't think that the YouTube's been like treated enough with like the best clips. Obviously, as you guys know, TikTok it's been a TikTok versus YouTube content battle thing. It's not a battle thing, it's just an understanding how to use both of them at the same time. But less about that. I'm going to show you the stuff let me make it for TikTok, and then yeah. Right then, so you join me on my knees in the festival. On my knees in the festival. I'm sat on my knees and I'm in a field, not a festival. Right, we're going to start with these and go them one by one, okay? So, first one we got is this Night Windbreaker. It was 50p, okay? I think what I've basically done is I've played on the fact that people would have been watching the England getting pissed. Adidas Tree Fall, 50p. Reebok Quarter Zip, 50p. This nice just track jacket, 50p. Sorry. And this was the sort of one, so when I went to this guy's stand, hang on. When I went to this guy's stand and he was like, it's just all 50p, I just literally started seeing the brands, I started seeing the stuff, and I thought, okay, I just know what I'll do here. I'll just basically use this as, this could be the potential one that I get a load off. Now they have shoulder pads, so I don't know about that one, but this one I'm actually, no, I'm not going to key this because our kids are our business, but I thought that I like these like old like Hanes tees on early learning centre stuff, so that was 50p. Then this Gant jumper, which was really nice. Well, let me just do a check. I might have just got my fingers burnt on that one. That's the Gant one. I might have just got my fingers burnt. She was the one that was just saying, oh, watch you on TikTok, and then she went, oh, I'll let you have it for cheaper. I got the Barber one, which was £1.50, so if that's a fake, then at least I got £3 for both of them. 50p on this tee. Then this extra large, just like the print on this one, this is Adidas Originals. Polo top. It's all cool, man. So yeah, that was this one, and now basically I have to try and see how close the next car boot is. I think it might be about another 20-minute drive. So let's just get into it. Waste no time. Okay, so I'm leaving this one. I'm just going to the toilet quickly before I leave. And I'm thinking, right, let me find the local car boots. I think this is the issue with car boots in some areas. This one is like the only one for miles, so I think I've actually just got to go basically the way I came to the car boot. Sadly, it's not near to anything else, and yes, being in fields equals absolutely zero signals. So, up shoot creek without a paddle, some might say. I just say that this is showing you what it's like to actually try and go to car boots in the morning time. And if you was a reseller, how realistic this would be to like make it plausible. Like I spent £9. One item is a suspicious item until I authenticate it. I've got like, how many items? 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 13 items, so even if I've got 12 at work, I've spent like £29 so far, including the fuel. So that's where we are. So the reality of this is that yes, there are other car boots, and yes, there are other car boots in different areas. I'm going to find out where my pan is. But I'm basically going to have to go the way I came, to go back and kind of have a little look now, thinking, right, where's the next one going to be? It's, you know, like, this is the thing that's really good about charity shops, is you sort of like hit maybe 4 or 5 charity shops, and then you can drive like 6 miles to another cluster of them, and you can kind of repeat that cycle a little bit more cohesively. Whereas this is saying like, what I'm trying to make a point of is also how like this is the reality of like when you're just doing loads of stuff, you don't really plan for the process of it. But also, this is like probably what most of you are like. Like, I can't imagine you're all there like with a pen and pad doing like which car boots and stuff. Or you might just be way more organised than me on that side of things. And in which case, I'm not jealous. Or maybe a little bit. No, it is what it is. This is how I am. And the reality is that we just need to find another car boot. That's what we need to do. Oh yeah, you know I said we was up shit creek without a paddle. Well, at the minute, phones aren't working for signal. Had to just leave the field because it wasn't working in there. Can't find where the car boots are. Can't find the way back to the house. So, this might be a learning lesson of what happens. What I'm actually, my mindset is having, I'm driving and doing this, I'm sorry. But like what my thought process is that I'm gonna go back to corn car boot and basically just show you stuff, almost make a video about like what can I find at the end of the car boot, even though it's like close to the end-ish. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to basically wait to find some signal and fingers crossed hope that I can just get home in a simple way, because right now doing a Duke of Edinburgh to read these like road signs is an absolute fucking nut. I told you we was going to be back at a car boot, and did I tell you which one was going to be back at? No. But did you guess that it was going to be the one that was round the corner from my house? No. I'm not mad about it. I'm more annoyed that I don't have the discipline to create a bit more of a routine for myself, so it's simpler. I think that what I was thinking in my head is, it's like when I do the A47 and the other one, I go and do both of the 2 other ones outside of the normal one. So this one was literally just like going all the way out of where I was to then come all the way back just for like 1 car boot, which is fine. There might have been more closer, that's the thing what's annoying. There could have been more, but did I know where they were? No. Did the phone want to let me know where they were? No. So, as a result of that, we're back in the field that we always are. Get this video, get it tanned over, and then quick review in the coffee shop before heading back to work and showing you some of the bales, showing you some of the bits and bobs. Okay, don't be mad at me, guys. Don't be mad, but I have just finished the car boot and I have just left it. Now, I came with the end of my money and I've just ended up spending quite a bit. I just bought an off-white t-shirt for a tenner. I bought a few other bits for a couple more quid. I spent up a little bit, but I'm not going to go back in and go through the process just because I've left it now and I don't. But I will tell you right now, actually, I'm just with the boss. You can come and be on the camera for a second, can't you?
Of course I can.
I'm with the boss at Quorn. This is actually Keith from Quorn. When did you start this again?
I started this in 1994.
What was it?
30 years this year.
What made you want to actually start in 1994? What was the thought?
I actually been going since 1985 in Leicester. I
Really?
started in the schools,
No
doing
way.
small schools. Leicester City Council restricted the stalls to 50 stalls only.
You're right.
So we moved up to Rothley.
Okay.
The count was still within a radius of the council of 2/3 mile radius, an 18 charter from 1264. So we had to move up here to get outside
goodness.
their radius.
Yeah.
And so that's why we ended up here in 1994.
Wow, 1994 to 2024. And how, over the like 30 years that it's actually been then, how have you like actually found it in the last few years? Like
The last, to be fair, a few years ago, but 10 years ago, it was really big.
10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Do you think that was people reselling them for eBay then as well?
Probably prior to eBay.
Right,
eBay has probably affected it.
Yeah.
But then I think just progressed, there's a few more car boot sales around as well.
Yeah.
Again, there was only 3 or 4 around the Leicester, Nottingham area.
There's not many still, to my knowledge.
But there is, yeah, you've got 47, Croft, Seister.
You don't want to advertise all the other ones.
No. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Everyone still goes.
Of course, yeah, of course they do.
Nothing like good competition.
No, exactly. That's the
So
best
yeah,
way
you
to
know,
be.
but things have changed with people. You
Yeah.
know, it's like everything in life, and things change.
They always change.
I mean, when it originally started them in Leicester,
yeah,
it was advertised 10 till 2.
Was it?
Originally 10 till 2.
No, but like, I couldn't imagine it being on.
And it came in earlier than earlier, and now we let them in at 6 o'clock. I have to get up at 3 in the morning to get
Do
here.
you really?
Do,
oh
yeah.
my God! Well, big up to Keith anyway. Thanks for
all right. So no Saturday nights for me.
No Saturday nights. Oh no, what a joke!
All right.
Appreciate you, Keith.
Okay.
Have a good one, mate. Oh, see, well look, that was a nice little happy one. See, the people at Quorn are really nice, and they're just good rounded people. The business model of a car boot is interesting, and there's only a few people I've ever told this to, but one of my like business ideas I had before, or not a business idea, but something I wanted to do was to basically have like, not a car boot, but to do like a car park situation where you buy a car park, you buy the land and then you hire it out as a car park, like in seaside areas, or you know, like a car boot. If you think about that, right, just to occupy a field. Say there's 250 sellers today that all pay a tenner each, 2.5k. Say there's 300 people that come in and spend £1 on the ticket, 300, 2.7. The stands that are there as well. Say in roughly, let's just actually look at the numbers on this one. So if the tickets are like £10 for being a seller, and there's like 200 of them, like, I'm telling you right now, for just having a field, I wouldn't be surprised if this on a bad month still does 15 to 20k turnover for them, like just by having a field. Granted, they only have it during the actual season of summer, so when it comes to November they stop. But you know, shout out to the Quorn Car Boot, shout out to the guys in there, and just from like an outside perspective as well, it's really nice to come to a field, like obviously because I'm making this bloody car boot content and charity shop stuff. Everybody that I see, I'm going to the place where the most people have seen them, so a lot of people are like, seen you there, but the guys at Quorn Car Boot are just really accommodating. Like, they're happy to be on the camera, they're happy to talk, they know that it's like free advertisement, and they get it. And I think that like when people get it that quickly, it makes sense. I've worked with people I've worked with people over time who might not like this sort of camera thing, or might not like this. And it's like, if I'm trying to help your business, you should want to actually be helped. And by that, you've got to get with the program. So anyway, enough talking. I'm ready to go and get... Oh, I need to actually show the items. Let's do the item show first. Okay, so let me just bring all this stuff over. So, yeah, I'm just doing this like right here, right now, to be honest with you. That one was a bit, that was nice, but what was a bit of an L was my way that I took the footage in there. But shout out to Keith at the end. That was actually that was quite nice, just have a chat with the guy who was the boss. Anyway, and I think there could be more developments if we ever had things to actually ask him, but he's just a guy that got onto this at the right time. Anyway, Viewpoint coat, £3. Berghaus coat, 2XL, £3. Had to check the zip work first. Wait for the last bit, I've got something nice. £1 on this booty Playboy t-shirt that I'm actually gonna just put on. I've got £1 on these just old Y2K drawstring denim trousers, like nice little bits. And then £1 on this little UEFA Champions League bag, because I thought, how's nobody got that? This is the last one I got. I paid £10 on this for this off-white t-shirt. Now, it's more faded on the back. I might even have that faded by design, I don't know, but it's got the inside off-white tag. Now, I might have just stupidly paid a bit up just in the sort of hype and excitement of it. That does sometimes happen. Like, that was when I was in the moment of buying it and just chatting, and the guy was like, it's a tenner, and I was like, I know off-white prices, this might be To buy this new now, it might be like £110. So this in this condition, I might only get like 25 quid for. But to be honest, I don't care for making profit on this. If somebody buys this and I get a tenner back on a live stream, then that's a winner. And I probably will just do it on a live stream as well. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do on a live stream in a bit. But yeah, now it's time to go and get a coffee and go and get the next bit of it all sorted. So the time is, the time is 10:15. I tell you what, I'll be honest with you guys, I've not put the wide angle on, have I? There we go. I've got a mate who's coming to actually pick up a couple bits right here, right now. He's coming to pick up these 2 bits. Because he bought them off a live stream the other day. And these are some of the other bits that sold over the course of the time. So I feel like I need to update you lot that haven't been on the old TikTok, or anybody who's not seen any form of the content. What's been going on since we've last seen each other? So we've still been knocking the tilts out the park. Still been... No, hang on. Let's not make a mess, because Marge actually does a hard work of cleaning up after my mess. And to be honest with you, good! Yes, good. But also, shush, Span. Right. What we've been up to, we've been absolutely chopping these down and going for like a mini bale approach. So a lot of these are all the sales that we've had. So we did something yesterday, that was mad. We did a £1 no reserve bale sale. This one went the other day. New with tags. Sustainably sourced, came in. But yeah, I'll show you some of the orders that are going out right now. But We've been doing the bales, and we did them at £1 no reserve. So the reason why we did them at £1 no reserve is because we sort of had a big accumulation of the unbranded stuff as a byproduct of, like, you know, they've got a Carhartt in it, and you know my take on Carhartt. It's just there. And another Carhartt. Like I say, the new supplier, the new sort of ways of sourcing has allowed us to get things that we've not been able to get before. I'm very grateful for it. But I'm aware that it's stuff that goes a little bit against what I say I stand for, which is what I do stand for, and I say it because I do stand for it. But the till's been still going on. Obviously, the charity shop tour went on until, like, it was a bit shorter than what it was shown, and you will see it like a few days delayed from that. But you know, we already know what the theme of that was. That was good. This is basically, has been a massive clear out of this corner. So we had all of these bags. So you see all this stuff here. These are some mixed trainers, mixed bits, lots of hangers and stuff. So if you look in here, these are just loads of loose hangers. I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of them, right? Thousands. You should have seen those. I really wish I got videos before, back in the day when I used to go to like Wilco's and get the hangers and stuff. I used to clear out the whole like storage unit going into it. Anyway, so a lot of these bales all started at £1 no reserve. But the reason why we started at £1 no reserve was because essentially the system that we have right now is that we're in the position of getting a lot of stock. Now, the stock that we're getting has started to cost us a lot more money. But with that, what are we getting that's different? We are getting all the same stuff that we normally would. However, there is an increased percentage of better grade stuff, an increased percentage of higher demand items, higher ticket items, and a bigger percentage of that. So essentially, it's all the same, but with an increase of all the other stuff. Now, this stuff represents bales from the last delivery we had with an old situation. And that basically meant that we thought we can just do it £1 no reserve and risk it. They didn't go for £1 no reserve, and not one bale went for £1, but the whole element is in the risk. Personally, I'm quite a big advocate of taking risks. I think that, you know, even this building is a constant risk if you looked at it in one perspective, because every week I have to find X amount of money to pay for this. But that's just a part of the process. And to be honest with you, that, for me, having the premises just instills that, like, that discipline, if you know what I mean. It just instills that discipline of, like, I have to make that, but as a result, I have to make more on top of that. So let me show you this, actually. Now, this is something that we found, or say Marge found yesterday in one of the bales. And this is kind of like a sign of like things that could be included with it. So we got this t-shirt, and obviously it's absolutely cut up on the back, and it's absolutely ripped and stitched up. But this is an old 1991 Ice-T and Hijack World Tour t-shirt. Now, if I've got them online, I'll have to show you the price. Because I found some of them. This was me authenticating some Off-White. $750. A lot of people have said, where's the sold comms? Also, that would be £586 plus postage is $30. So this is the t-shirt we've got. Now, granted, this t-shirt is in absolutely mashed condition. It's got a lot of overall yellow in. It sits with that on the back. People might say it sits under the need to be dry rot. But for me, this is what I want to do. One thing I never really did with a lot of the vintage that I got is I never saved it and sourced, like, put it to a side or anything like that. I know a lot of people in the game have, like, pension schemes and, like, ways of, like, having stock that you can sit on and do all that. And I guess things like this are my way of going, let me start to do this, but in my own way. So what I want to do is an idea that a lot of people do, but it's an idea that I thought of based on somewhere where I lived before, because it had a really, like, long, narrow hallway, was to actually just frame loads of t-shirts that I find as a result. So this one for me, with the price it sits at, is something that I would frame, even though the condition is a bit blasted. Like, does this mean that I would just look out for banned t-shirts within the bales? Not necessarily. But what I wanted this clip to be is to show you firstly how cool that is, but secondly, with this new stuff that we've got, there's like a potential for that being included. So what I wanted to do on the next clip, I think my friend will be here in a moment, so I'm going to just basically get his bag and parcels packaged up and sent and, like, put out for him. I think he'll be, yeah, oh, he's calling me now actually, and then we'll get this sorted. I just wanted to say shout out to my dad on this one, because he basically made this tripod. Like, check this out. He's like an engineer, and he's basically, you can't see it, but he's done something to the back of it on this tripod. So it looks like I'm one of them people that's like, hi, I'm in Paris, look, can you see the Eiffel Tower? No, you can see Professor Snape though. No, most importantly, what I'm actually doing is I'm about to go through a bale. So I'm going to go through a bale and show you essentially what you can get from one of these bales. Now, I know there's a few people, so shout out to Darius inside. I know there's a few people who love the bales, they love the openings of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over here and I'm going to show you what you can get from the new bales, what sort of stuff comes in there and what things you can expect. So this is a bale. Now this one has been weighed at around about 18 kilos. Now for people who are interested, and this isn't a direct sell, but it is sort of just to let you know, we can do these untouched at the moment for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything that's in this bag. So this is for people who kind of want to, like, understand more about things you can expect from it, just to get a better idea of it. So we'll go through them all individually and you can have a look. So these bales can contain absolutely everything, as you know. A little bit of a change has happened. I've had to pay a little bit more for a higher premium of quality. Same stuff, but it just means that there's new things inside. So first I am a super dry puffer, and we'll do a bit of a count afterwards. Oh, Patagonia gilet. Second one, Patagonia gilet. That is absolute money as well. So Patagonia gilet. Next up we've got a super dry puffer gilet. Next one on the cards is this Scotch Yard. That looks like some made in, like, England old vintage casual jacket. Next up we've got a Ralph Lauren zip up hoodie. Now they haven't been checked for any faults and stuff, I'm just showing you them as they come out. Next up we've got an Everest super dry puffer gilet again. This has got absolute bits inside, to be honest with you. Next up on there we've got a sick Puma Corset windbreaker jacket. And yeah, they can contain an absolute mixture. This one is a Hugo Boss zip up hoodie, Hugo Boss in the cut. We've got a Nike pullover hoodie, absolutely easy peasy. Then we've got this nice M&S knit jumper. Still got a big pile behind me as well. We've also got this Los Angeles one. You got a Columbia jacket. We've got a couple leathers as well. Now these are a really good one to put on eBay. I would say if you are a seller, eBay is good for the leathers. You can get higher prices for them. Now this is a bit of an interesting one. That's definitely interesting. And the leathers are, whoa. This is like, that's like a spider leather motorcycle jacket. Spike even, sorry. Absolute winner on that one. And then we've got another leather jacket. So this is like a little pile of those. There's some bangers in here. I think the Patagonia fleece is a real serious one. Just an old Topman cable knit jumper. We've got inside another one, which is, I don't even know what that is. Whoa. That's sick. Old Adidas track jacket, absolute beast. Absolute beast. We've also got another Adidas sports jacket. We've also got a Nike hoodie. This one's a bop. This one's actually got, I think the Patagonia one's like the one that shocked me the most. Patagonia one's good. Hollister zip hoodie. I genuinely think that the return retail on this, just this bale alone, the Adidas jackets, the Patagonia, and the Nike bits will make, and the Hugo Boss, you'll make money back real quick off this lot. Real quick. Now, I just wanted to go through this bale in particular and just show you kind of like a breakdown of things. Now, this one, firstly, isn't legitimate. That's a tag to watch out for. That is inspired on a black and a blue and white one that they used to do. And they never did the black one like that. So there's some leather jackets in here. And I think that if I'm being honest with you, this is a tip that I would do, right? If you got anything from me, from these bales. First thing to do, take that, Google that. Then do that with the same. Don't assume anything by the quality of it until you've done that. This one is probably like just old and faded. Hollister hoodie, check that. So, you know, we've got some hoodies inside on this one. I've got a few leather jackets. I've got these two, which are really cool. We've got an old Adidas Originals and this Adidas and Chili one. Them two alone are a great piece that will make some money. So, you know, this is like me just separating bits that I would probably do. And this is how I'd do it. So I'd be like, there's my leathers. I know I'll put the hoodie over there. There's some experimental stuff. And this is just how you like very quickly get a gauge for what it is that you've got. And this is all I'm doing right now. I'm just separating the bits to show you a little bit more cohesively what you can expect. Hang on. I've actually got a friend that is... Oh, one sec. So back to this bit. So these are just some of the bits I've been sorting into the piles. So I'm kind of just separating a few bits, and I'll explain a little bit as I go what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of separating my casual wear from my sports wear, from my sort of autumnal, seasonal wear to like other bits. Like I'm going to put that one in with the sportswear bit. I'm going to put this coat over here and kind of just show you a little bit more as we go. So this is like how you... Oh, and a Ralph Lauren, I forgot. See, this is an absolute beauty of one as well. Got some absolute pieces in here. So this whole bundle is like how we'd obviously be selling it. And this is one of the directions we're taking it. As much as a big part of what we've done is selling individually, and I do love selling individually as a product of it, this just gives us a sense of helping out people on a bigger scale. And a lot of what I'm seeing is people want to just get onto, you know, they want to sell on live streaming platforms. They want to sell in ways where they can kind of simplify the process. You think if you bought this bale from me as it is at a set price that allows me to get profit, but allows you to also make profit. If you are like, one thing we are thinking as well, or one thing I'm just thinking now is for people who sell on live streams, because the process of how you sell is very simple, i.e. just holding it up and you're selling it very quickly. I don't think you can expect to buy things and make like a times 3 or 4 profit off that. You make the bigger profit by taking the items out that are worth more and selling them in places that will allow you to get more profit. So take, for example, this Patagonia fleece, okay? If you got that in one of the bales, your better process would be to take that, list that on Depop or eBay, try and get like 20, 25 quid for it, and almost sit with that as a process rather than going, okay, I'm going to drop the phone like that. No, I'm going to put this up and I'm going to sell it for 6 quid. You may as well try and maximize the most out of it. Same for like Ralph Lauren. Zip up hoodie, Hugo Boss. There's just certain things that will work better on the live streaming platform. And there's so much information. I can't even tell you what works better and what doesn't. You have to do the things and try them in order to know. I've got to a point where I can sell anything on live streams, really, because I'm confident in what I sell and I'm confident in what I buy to sell. And also, I know that there's value in there for people who either want to get a bargain and buy affordably, or for people who want to buy to resell. Because I'm also in that charity shop mindset where it's like, I'm not just selling so that you can make money off of the stuff I'm selling, you know. I'm selling stuff for people who also want to buy it for themselves at an affordable price. I'm trying to fit into the sort of the charity shop box, as it were. But anyway, might have my friend coming back to pick up his bale. I basically said to him, he came up and picked some up because he bought, get this, kind of funny actually. So, friend I used to go swimming with, right, a friend I used to go swimming with from years ago. Basically, I didn't see him for years and I saw him where I live and I was like, oh my God, you live in the same village as me, mate. Then, after probably what's been another maybe 2 or 3 years, he said to me, he's like, he popped up on Tilt and he's like, oh, it's me. And I was like, who's me? I realised afterwards, I was like, oh shit, it's you. Like as in one of my friends from swimming from years ago. Still lives literally around the corner from me where I live, and I just find that hilarious. So he came in, got the bits, and I was talking to him a little bit just about like reselling, because he was just like, look, I'm interested in it. Hang on. I can't remember what my point was that I was making before, but I think that like one of the things I'm trying to get with this whole process is something that I mentioned in a video recently, actually, and it's not something that I think most people get this. I am the means of people being connected to this ability to buy this stock. I don't have somebody that you could go to contact to buy this stuff, and as a result, I am the connection to that. That's where this sits in the whole playing field of it. I know there's a lot of people, and if I'm being honest, it is just natural greed. Like, people will always say, oh yeah, where'd you get that stuff from? And I think that's just a natural question. So I'm trying to sort of like move more of my business into this wholesaling route, whilst making sure that it makes sense. I've still got to actually go through some of the bags and sell the bits, but a lot of it is sold as unsorted stuff. But the price people will be getting these for is unreal. Like, we basically have to take the price up on what we sell it at because it's too cheap and the stock's more expensive. But that was always going to be a part of the process, especially with what we've got. But yeah, my friend, he might be coming to get this bale, and that's what I wanted to say, is he's just somebody who, like, he's a full-time labourer, grafter, does his job, but he's in a position where he's like, I want to actually do something and maybe get paid a little bit more as a side project or a hustle. So I was trying to say to them, like, this is a great thing for you to make some money. But I was like, what's a question that you actually want to know more of? Like, as somebody who's a reseller, what do you actually want to know more of? And he was just like, well, you make it seem easy. You make it seem like it's actually quite easy to make that money. And I think that's just from years of like doing it. If you did years of being like a bricklayer, like after 10 years of doing it, people are going to watch you do it and go, how do you do that so seamlessly? But when you've probably done like 10 million bricks, the process just compounds over time. So I'm trying to understand how to help be in the solution to the problem, whilst also giving the right value, but also putting some respect on the value that I have. Like, you know how one thing I'm doing at the moment is trying to write a book, and I'm actually trying to write two, obviously. And the thing that I'm trying to understand the most underneath it is the problem I'm trying to help solve. And that's what I'm actually working towards with this book. Like, how am I actually solving this problem that I'm trying to help people that want to do the same thing as me, or want to do the same people that want to do the same thing as what I've done. Also, I hope you like that this tripod is, I quite like this sort of camera thing, but I wouldn't ever take it like this. But anyway, yeah, he might potentially come back to grab this bale, or he might say, nah, I'm all right. Either way, I've sent him the video, and yeah, I'm seeing if he's going to get back to me on that. That's my friend who's getting this bale. But other than that, I'm going to go to Marge's house, going to go and get myself a coffee at her house, and keep it moving. And just like that, it's the end of the video. And the shot before, you probably think, I didn't expect this to be the last shot, actually. And I know. But I ended up going to Marge's, ended up sitting around with the fam, cutting the fat, aka having some toast and flipping having a cup of tea. And then I've just been to the gym, and I'm going to just chill out. So this is the first day back, but this week you're going to kind of see the sort of motion of how a lot of the business has taken a turn into the wholesale. And I want to help you guys actually understand how to sell these things that I'm selling to people. So because I'm not going to actually directly give you lot advice, and if you want to, I know a lot of people will ask for quick whip of questions and stuff. I'd probably be more in a place to take a topic and try and integrate it. Typically, if you want like a deep dive on a topic, you know, you can book my time and I can really like give you the intel you need. But what I'm thinking of for like those that just want to sort of, you know, is idly the right word? It sounds offensive, I don't know. Those that sort of want to just watch, or how they consume this content in the background, listening to it, watching it. I want to just have little bits of intel. So somebody posed a question to me today that I want to try and integrate into this week's video. I want to show you how to do the reselling side on like super budgets, how you can use your phone to take good photos, how you can work on fast speeds and things. And maybe just having that thought that I'm putting in my brain to do that is going to sort of come through in the future videos. So that's what the aim is. You know, we're going to be doing it every single day, keeping it moving. I'm currently in the process to buying a laptop. And when I say the process, I mean just that thought of I need to buy one. Basically, the laptop I've got, It's probably going to cost more to fix it than I will be able to get a refurbed one. So a new laptop means spent on the go travel content, but like travel charity shop content. And I think that's maybe what I missed from the what felt like it was missing from the time I was away when I did the 3 days. Like not having the routine, like not only was my normal routine not, but I wasn't even uploading for YouTube. So it just felt very unnatural, and I'm ready to get back into it. I hope you like this first video back. Please like and comment and just engage how you can to keep the wheels turning. And yeah, you will see the journey of the life of Gully. So guys, stay safe, stay sustainable, keep doing you, and I will catch you tomorrow for some more fun. So peace out and a bizzle.